I was like, this is a little strange, you know what I mean? But in my head, I was like, this might be the most whack, wild, like, massage ever.
And Melissa, can you start to work your way to his nipples? Yeah, there you go.
Twist his nipples occasionally, too.
How did it feel that when you walked in the room, I think that was the biggest smile we've seen from Matt all season?
You know, it's an honor because I've seen a lot of tough times from Matt. To see him give me that big smile, it means he was happy to see me. We missed each other a little bit. You know, we were separated for the first time in forever, you know?
I wondered that. You guys are roommates in NYC. What was it like to be apart from him for all of filming?
Honestly, the house got cleaner. The food was better cooked. But no, it was, you know, it's good to have him around. He brings so much good energy, so much positivity, and someone that can bounce off a lot of questions and go through things with. So I missed him, for sure. Definitely missed him.
You guys do have a really special relationship. How would you describe the bromance?
Just something that we can both lean on, bounce things off of each other. But that's my guy. You know, we've known each other for now 10 years. We played college football together. We've been through a lot together. He's had my back in my tough times. I've had his back, and that's what a brotherhood's about, and I'm thankful for him. Well,
Matt is your bestie, and he and Katie played quite a prank on you on last night's episode. When did you suspect that this massage was not normal?
When the phone call came up, I was like, this is a little strange, you know what I mean? But in my head, I was like, this might be the most whack, wild, like, massage ever. Like, I can't wait to go back and tell the producers how crazy these people are here in Farmington, you know? And then I kept like peeking my head up, and then she would slam my head back down on the pillow, you know?
Oh.
And so it was definitely interesting. I definitely was starting to catch on. I kept trying to peek up, and she kept throwing my head back down. And then all of a sudden I got these big meaty hands, you know, and that was it.
Did you know they were Matt's hands?
Yeah, once I felt these big meaty paws, they're like long and like kind of tangly, like broken fingers from football and all that stuff. I knew it was Matt's hands.
I mean, Tyler, at one point Katie had the masseuse twist your nipples.
Yeah, you saw that?
We all did, yeah.
I'm not nipple shy.
What did you think of Katie? Were you surprised Matt sent her home? A lot of people are now crying for her to be the Bachelorette.
Really? I mean, I think Katie so far, from what I've seen, has been a very strong like individual. She's stood up to the bullies and all the BS, and I respect that. You know what I mean? She stands up for what's right. So if she became the Bachelorette, I'd fully support her. I think she's done great so far. She's a pretty girl. She's fun. She's energetic. She's hilarious. You know, what else? You know, what more could you want?
It's really crazy the journey that Matt was on to get to being the Bachelor. Looking back, is it kind of wild to think that he was going to go on Claire's season?
I just think it's a blessing he didn't. So I think he's right where he needs to be, and I'm happy for him.
So when you knew he was going to go be the Bachelor, him being your best friend, were you at all worried?
Well, I was definitely nervous for him because, one, like, I remember the first week and a half I was on the show, I was like in complete shell shock from being around cameras for the first time. I barely talked to anybody. I was super timid. So it was tough for me. So I couldn't imagine now, like, being thrown in as the lead. You got to carry this whole show, you know? So definitely was worried about him, worried for him about that. I think something else I was worried about was, like, where were we going to get Matt? Was Matt going to be Matt, or was he going to be a robot version of himself, trying to be Mr. Perfect Bachelor? And when I was there, I was happy to see that I got Matt. I got, the Matt I knew. So that was good to see, and I think we're going to get more of that as this show progresses and grows.
So I have a really important question for you.
Yeah.
How many turtlenecks are hanging in Matt James's closet?
There's a lot. There's a lot of turtlenecks. He's a long-figured guy, so he likes to accentuate that long neck of his with that turtleneck. But so I get to steal some every now and then. So it's good to have in the closet. We got a good, amount of those.
Okay, yeah, I mean, are they turtlenecks he took from the show, or was the turtleneck obsession even before The Bachelor?
No, it was before. We've had turtlenecks going on for a while now. In New York, you gotta stay warm, so we have our turtlenecks. We don't have any turtlenecks down here in Florida, but up in New York, we got plenty of them.
I am falling for you. I just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, the other critical question, why is Matt James kissing people with his eyes open? Did you ever notice that before he was on the show? You guys hang out a lot.
I mean, I've seen him kiss like 2 girls in the 10 years I've known him, so.
That's actually, I wanted to ask you about that because Matt has said he'd never been in love before, and then he goes on the show.
Yeah.
So, did you think he could really fall in love for the first time on The Bachelor?
I think The Bachelor, pushes yourself more than you normally would push yourself in a relationship. And I think you skip a lot of the BS steps in dating and you kind of get right to it. So I think as long as you're willing to put yourself out there and be vulnerable and give it a shot, I think that's a possibility for sure.
So why do you think he had never been in love before? We haven't really dug into that with him yet.
Because Matt is a very self-motivated, hungry person. And I think his whole, these last 10 years of knowing him, he's always been trying to put himself in a better position. I think his big, goal, we always talk about, is to have a family and have, a wife and kids. But I think he wanted to prepare himself to be able to, take care of that family, take care of those kids, and set himself up financially and be in a good place, with where he feels like work and life and all that before he got to that. So I think now he's in that spot. He's in a good place and he can actually really go for it and do it now.
You guys are playing pool and Matt tells you,
do you see yourself getting down on a knee at the end of this thing?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, man.
Thank you.
My boys on booze.
you looked a little surprised. What was going through your mind?
Yeah. Because it sounds like I'm gonna have a roommate now, and I'm pissed. He talked about me possibly moving from the master bedroom to the guest bedroom. I'm like, yeah, that's fine as long as we switch the rent pay. But no, he's I was excited for him. It means that he's happy. It means he's got a group of girls that he believes in, and he loves those girls. So that's good.
So, has Matt moved a woman into your New York City apartment?
No, we're not allowed to do that yet.
I mean, listen, we know that you're Matt's soulmate, but if you had to choose a couple of the women, who do you see going to the end, knowing what you know about Matt?
Yeah, I'd pick Anna, MJ, and Victoria.
I don't think I'm gonna get a straight answer out of you here.
No.
Chris Harrison has said that it was hard for him to tell what Matt's type was. How would you describe Matt's type?
Matt's type, I think Matt's type is someone who is going to be, willing to, like Matt, Matt, he's got a huge heart. Mm-hmm. And Matt loves to serve others, and she's got to be someone that's ready to help and serve others with him. I think someone that is ready to pick up and go and travel and be on the move, because Matt is always moving, always going somewhere, always experiencing and living life to the fullest. So we need someone like that. But we also need someone that you can sit down and have real conversations with and bounce things off of. And so I think he'll find that. I hope he finds that.
Well, Matt said something to me about you just last week when I talked to him. He said that he thought it was great.
Oh, no.
He said you and Hannah are in this place where you're both cool with each other and cool with each other being with other people, and he thought that was so awesome. And I just wondered, what's advice on how you would get to that place for other people? How did you and Hannah get to being in such a good place?
If you just care for the person as the person themselves and not even just the relationship part, like we just care for each other as people, like we want each other to be the best person we can be. And if that's, being happy with other people, that's what we want,
Matt told me he really likes Hannah's new boyfriend and he's met him. Do you have any take on him?
I haven't met him, but I've seen pictures of him, good looking guy, so I'm happy for him.
Now Heather showed up last night.
Hi, Chris.
And Heather said that she was there because Hannah told her that Matt would be the perfect guy for her, that she'd quarantine with you guys and Matt was perfect for Heather. What do you think of that?
Guess not.
Oh, you don't think so? Well, we didn't see last night. We didn't see what happens. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what happens. I haven't seen it either. So.
Would you have said Heather's the perfect girl for Matt?
No, because I haven't met the perfect girl for Matt yet. I don't know. Matt's gonna tell me this is it. And then I'll believe him.
You have seen Matt go through this process being the Bachelor. There was so much talk about you potentially being the Bachelor. Would you do it at this point? What do you think?
No, not right now. I got so many things that I'm trying to do for myself and get myself in a position where I want to be in life. That's not even really a thought right now. It'd be a great honor, of course. I think being the Bachelor is a fantastic thing. But I'm very happy with what I got going on in my life right now. I just want to build on that and see where that goes.
Okay.